We often hear about organizing our lives. We think of decluttering our homes, arranging our schedules, and creating to-do lists that stretch for miles. But what if the most important organization isn't about what's outside of us? What if it's about what's inside? True order, the kind that brings lasting peace and clarity, begins in the mind. It's about building an inner architecture that can withstand the storms of life. This isn't about quick fixes or a new planner. This is about a deep, intentional process of designing your inner world so that it becomes a source of strength, not a source of stress. Think of your mind as a garden. For so long, many of us have let weeds grow unchecked. Weeds of anxiety, of self-doubt, of comparison. We might occasionally try to pull a few, but we rarely address the soil itself. We don't ask what nutrients are missing or why these specific weeds thrive. Imagine trying to move a mountain. The thought alone is overwhelming, and most of us would give up before we even begin. This is how we often approach personal change. But what if we aimed smaller? What if we focused on just 1% improvement each day? This is the 1% principle. Instead of vowing to meditate for an hour every day, what if you started with just 1 minute? Find a quiet corner, close your eyes, and focus on your breath for 60 seconds. That's it. If you want to reduce screen time, don't throw your phone away. Instead, commit to not looking at it for the first 5 minutes after you wake up. This principle is incredibly powerful because it builds momentum. Each small win, no matter how minor, sends a message to your brain. I am capable of change. This builds self-trust and confidence, making the next 1% shift even easier. It's not about the size of the action in the moment. It's about the consistency of the practice over time. Hope is not just a pleasant feeling. It is a vital psychological tool for navigating life's challenges. For teenagers especially, who are forming their identity in a world filled with pressure and uncertainty, hope is a lifeline. The Hope Horizon is the practice of intentionally looking forward to positive possibilities, even when the present moment feels difficult. Cultivating a hope horizon involves small, daily practices. One powerful habit is to create a joy list. This isn't a list of huge achievements, but of small things that you can look forward to. It could be watching the sunset, listening to a favorite album, talking to a friend, or enjoying a warm cup of tea. By actively seeking out and planning for positive experiences, you are training your brain to scan for the good. This is a skill that serves you for a lifetime. Resilience is built in these small moments of forward-looking optimism. When a setback occurs, a person with a strong hope horizon can say, "This is hard right now, but it will not be this way forever." The rule of the mirror of self-reflection is about carving out intentional time to look inward and understand your own motivations, emotions, and patterns. It's like having an internal compass. Without it, we are simply drifting, pushed around by external demands and our own unconscious habits. With it, we can navigate our lives with purpose and clarity. Self-reflection doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as a 5-minute journaling practice at the end of the day. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. What brought me energy today? What drained my energy today? What did I learn about myself? Answering these questions consistently helps you notice patterns you might otherwise miss. This awareness is the first step toward making conscious changes that protect your peace and enhance your well-being. From the moment we are born, we begin to absorb unspoken rules from the world around us. These rules form an unspoken contract with society, a set of expectations about who we should be, what we should achieve, and how we should live. Breaking free begins with recognizing that this contract exists. This process involves writing your own personal contract, a declaration of your values, your priorities, and your definition of a life well lived. In a world that is constantly demanding our energy and attention, it is essential to have a place where we can retreat, recharge, and heal. This is the 5th rule: building a sanctuary. This sanctuary is not just a physical space, although that can be part of it. It is primarily an internal space, a state of mind you can access anytime you need to feel safe, centered, and supported. Creating this inner sanctuary begins with intentional acts of self-care that go beyond bubble baths and face masks. It's about creating rituals that signal to your mind and body that it's time to turn inward. These rituals are like doorways to your inner sanctuary. The more consistently you practice them, the easier it becomes to access that state of peace, even in the middle of a chaotic day. Ultimately, the most important transformation happens in private, long before anyone else sees the results. Your inner sanctuary is the workshop where this change takes place. This is your sacred ground. Protect it fiercely. This is where you plant the seeds of the person you are becoming. The outer world will eventually see the blossoms, but the real, beautiful work starts here within you, in the quiet, sacred space you build for yourself. True change begins where no one is watching.